Good morning, guys. I hope you're doing great today. Now, I received a package from the good people from the cookie department. So they got in touch with me and they wanted me to try some of their awesome cookies that they've been making. Now these guys make what they call fully functional foods. Now these guys are based out of Portland, Oregon, and they make cookies that are infused with functional foods. So, you know, they're for the kind of people that want to have a nice snack, like a great cookie, if you will, but want to have something a little bit more along with it. So let's crack this thing open, see what they've got, and I'll let you know how they taste. Alright, so we've got a collection of 5 of their cookies, one of each flavor that they have. So they have a bunch of different options depending on what kind of cookie might fit your own lifestyle. So first of all, we've got this Snapback fully functional cookie. We've got a 100% vegan grateful cookie. The Awakened Baked double chocolate cookie with caffeine. A chocolate chip nookie baked with maca root. And one tough cookie fortified with extra protein. So the first one that I'm going to try is this Snapback cookie boosted with Cayenne. Whoa. That is a substantial snack. But these things are thick, they're big, they're heavy, they're dense. They're nice and soft too. Oh my gosh. That is cool. I mean, it's got a really soft cookie texture, almost like something that you'd find fresh baked. So you can smell that it's got cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, ginger in there. Oh man, I'm gonna take a bite. Oh my gosh, guys. That is so good. Now it looks like it has some coarse sugar on top. And it is a wonderful, wonderful spicy taste to it. Not like hot spicy, but you know, like that kind of fall flavors that you get with a nice gingerbread cookie. And I'm not a fan of gingerbread, but I think this is absolutely delicious. Really get that molasses coming through, a nice, unique flavor. If you've had a good gingerbread cookie, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Fortified with a bunch of different spices. You got that ginger, clove, nutmeg, cayenne pepper. All those are really powerful anti-inflammatories. So this is the kind of thing that you might eat after a hard workout. This is the kind of snack that you might have to bounce back and make sure that you're able to, you know, get back in the gym and work out real hard the next day. And I should note that these things are not light snacks. We've got the ingredients here, if you can see that. It's nice that one serving is actually one full cookie, so they're not trying to hide anything from you. But it is 340 calories per cookie. I mean, this thing is substantial. Oh my gosh, so delicious, guys. And you might think that cayenne pepper sounds kind of weird in a cookie, but you don't actually get the flavor of like pepper coming through. And there's a little bit of warmth on the back end after I eat it, but it's really not like overpowering like you might expect. So cayenne pepper is the last ingredient on the list, which means it has just a small amount in there. I'm gonna give this guy like an 8 out of 10. Right out of the box, these guys are really surprising me. Dipping it in a little bit of milk. Nice and soft. It's pretty good. Alright, next up, I want to try this Awakened Baked cookie infused with caffeine. Alright, so this looks like a chocolate cookie that's made with coffee instead of like a caffeine anhydrase or something like that. So I'm hoping that'll add to the flavor a little bit. Whoa! Just immediately I'm hit in the face with this strong cocoa and chocolate smell. Now usually when you make a cookie with cocoa powder, it'll tend to dry out the cookie a little bit. Let's see if these guys were able to avoid that. Whoa! What on earth is going on in my mouth? I have never seen a cookie made with coffee before, and that might be like my new favorite flavor. It's amazing. I mean, that tastes like a mocha in cookie form. I'm gonna try some with a little bit of milk. Alright guys, I don't know if this is unique. Maybe I've just never seen a cookie made with coffee before. If you see some, go out and try it. That is amazing. Oh my gosh. Now this thing will give you a little bit of a pick-me-up. If you see, it has approximately 40 grams of caffeine, and that's about as much as in like maybe a 4 or 6 ounce cup of coffee. But it's gonna give you just a little bit of a pick-me-up just in case you need that little extra boost at like 2 p.m. I think that's really smart on their part. I see a lot of pre-workout supplements that have like 200, 300 milligrams of caffeine, and that's just insane. Like if you have that much caffeine and you're not used to it, you're gonna have friggin' heart palpitations. So I love that these guys put, you know, a sane amount of caffeine in there. It's not gonna like make you bug out or anything, but it'll give you a little pick-me-up, make you feel a little bit better. It is a little bit drier than the first cookie, but it's not nearly as dry as I was expecting. It's a good blend of the chocolate flavor with that coffee flavor. Neither one is really overpowering the other. I'm gonna give these another 8 out of 10. I mean, these are really, really good. So far, I am super impressed with these guys. Now this is actually a mug of coffee that I'm dipping my coffee cookie into, so I'm getting a double dose of coffee for myself. If you're looking for something to dunk in your coffee, well, give their Awake cookie a try. All right, next up on the roster, we have the chocolate chip nookie. And it says that this is semi-sweet chocolate plus superfood maca. Now typically when you think of a superfood, you think of something that is extremely nutrient dense and the kind of thing that you only need to get a little dose to get a really big like health benefit from it. So maca is a really interesting superfood. You know, I don't know if superfood is really the right thing to call it, but it is this really cool supplement that you can take. It helps with your energy levels. It helps with men's health in particular. Not to get too graphic, but if you are feeling a little bit like you don't have a lot of a sex drive, then macaroon is one of those things that can fix that right up. So ladies, if your man isn't really paying enough attention to you, then maybe try to slip him a little bit of maca, and yeah, it'll really get them in the mood. So let's take a look at this, see if the flavor is any good. Now maca root is an interesting flavor in itself. It's kind of earthy. It tastes a little bit like cocoa, but it's not quite as bitter. So I think that putting it into a cookie is actually makes a lot of sense. You know, it's not going to like fight with the flavors that are in it. So we got a pretty good chocolate chip cookie. Again, really thick, really soft. Let's take a bite. Oh man. I mean, that beats a ton of fresh baked cookies that I've had. I think that these guys put a lot of time and a lot of effort to make sure that they have a really good recipe. Because it is hard to tell you. Like, I have honestly never had a chocolate chip cookie that came out of a package that was that good. Ah, my gosh. Now, I'd like to put maca root into my smoothies. So I know what maca root tastes like, and I honestly don't taste it a whole lot in this cookie, but you know, that may or may not be a bad thing depending on how you like the flavor of it. It just kind of tastes like a chocolate chip cookie. It is rich, it is not too sweet, not overbearing. I feel like that these guys didn't try to go out of their way to make something that was too like novel or over the top. They just made a really dang good cookie. This is definitely the softest of the three that I've tried. We're gonna say that this is maybe a 7.5 out of 10. The flavor isn't quite as good as the other ones, in my opinion, but it's still like one of the best chocolate chip cookies that I've ever had. If you like chocolate chip cookies though, this is probably gonna be like a 9 out of 10 for you. All right, next up, the Grateful Cookie. Now this one is soft bake vegan cookie made with antioxidant rich sweet potatoes, oats, and cranberries. Now there's another company out there that has alliteration in their name that makes a cookie that they advertise as vegan. And in my opinion, they're not bad, but they tend to taste a lot like protein powder. So far, I think that these cookies beat out those other guys. So let's try this vegan cookie, see how it stacks up. Man, you can tell that this is already like really, really moist. Got a little bit of cinnamon, some molasses and nutmeg, so we've got that kind of flavor combination going. And that cinnamon and sweet potato combination is really popular. So I'm expecting that this is gonna be something that's almost like Thanksgiving. Let's give it a shot. Now this cookie's got a little bit less fat and a little bit more sugar than some of the other ones. So it is a little bit sweeter and it's not quite as rich, but still it is, you know, super soft. I mean, this is fantastic, guys. If you're a vegan, you can try these and it'll be delicious. So I feel like this is the kind of thing that you'd want to take with you on a long hike or something like that to kind of keep you well fed and full. It's really compact, really light to carry with you. If you're out for a hike or out rock climbing or something like that where you need a little bit more sustained energy and a package that's a little bit more like actual food, I think this is exactly where I would use that. I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10. Like I said, it's not quite as rich as the other cookies, but if you're looking for a good vegan cookie, I think these things beat out those other guys. So last up, we have the Tough Cookie, made with peanut butter, toffee, and a little bit of protein added in there. So looking at the nutritional facts on it, again, this thing is not a light snack, but it's got a pretty good balance of carbohydrate and protein, especially if you're an endurance athlete and you want that 4-to-1 ratio of carbs to protein. And reading through the ingredients, peanut butter, brown sugar, butter, a date paste, and a whey protein concentrate. So it is whey protein. It's going to be that milk profile. Now I think it's really great that they put whey protein in this because you get that classic cookie flavor from a combination of brown sugar and milk fat. So milk products are already inherent in any good cookie recipe. So if you do try to use like a vegan protein in it, then it does tend to kind of throw the flavor off and it doesn't taste much like a cookie at all. But since they use whey protein that's derived from milk, you know, you're adding like cookie products into the cookie itself. So it ends up just tasting like a cookie, right? All right, let's try this thing out. This feels a little bit more dense and crumbly than some of the other cookies. That peanut butter and toffee flavor is pretty fantastic, guys. I gotta say. Like, I love peanut butter. You guys know that that's one of my favorite foods around, and they packed it in there. Nice and rich, and it tastes like a cookie, guys. This does not taste like protein that's been baked into something. You know, it tastes like an actual cookie with a little bit of protein added to it. and that toffee flavor gives the peanut butter flavor. I mean, those two complement each other so well. It tastes a little bit roasted, you know, which just develops the flavor even more. Oh my gosh, guys, this is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna give these like a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10. It's not quite as moist as some of the other ones, but it's still absolutely delicious. Not a low-calorie food, so this is the kind of thing that you might have after a long run or a hard workout, or maybe you just went for a long bike ride, something like that. Well, thank you guys for sticking around to the end of the video. And I'm gonna say thank you to the cookie department for making some amazing cookies. These were absolutely delicious, so thank you guys for sending those my way. So if you're interested in trying any of these cookies yourself, you can check out their website. There's a link in the description. They've got a location finder where you can find some to pick them up yourself, or you can order them online. And these guys have a coupon code just for the folks watching this video. So if you order some cookies online and use the code RABBIT15, that'll give you 15% off of any online order. So I think that these guys made an excellent cookie. You can tell that these things are made for people who like cookies. So hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and until next time, peace out. You guys take it easy.